Good morning. So I was asked for a get ready with me with regards to makeup, especially with humid weather because I live in the tropics, and it does make a difference, of course, to your skincare and to your makeup too. Living in hot places, humidity especially. So let's go through what I do. I know it's a little bit bizarre putting a full face of makeup on first thing in the morning before it's really light outside. The sun isn't even up yet. Oh, it's on its way up though. So that is a little bit odd, but I do it for my work, my videos. So I'm starting off with some eyelid primer, just because eyelids get a little bit greasy. And you make your, perhaps sweaty too in the humidity, you make your eyeshadow last longer by using an eyeshadow primer. I'm not loyal to any particular brand, but this is the Smashbox 24-hour photo finish primer. I just put a little bit on my finger, just a little bit. Mix that between two fingers and spread that on my eyelids. Just provides a little bit of a barrier to stop that sweat, oils and all of that kind of thing breaking up the makeup and starting to look horrendous as the day goes on. Next up, I have done my skincare, of course, as usual already, and that's been sat for about 20 minutes now while I've been faffing around doing other things. But Tatcha, I go in with a primer next. Using this Tatcha, what's it called? The liquid skin canvas at the moment. This was sent to me. This was like a free with purchase on Sephora. I used to use the cream version of this again because it kept on being sent to me free with purchases on Sephora. I quite like it. I have tried also e.l.f. primers as well, but again, primers because they make the makeup last longer. You know, all of these kind of priming steps do help with the longevity of the makeup. So I kind of spread that all over. It makes it go on smoother as well. Helps with the pore minimization, I think, too. So they're my primers. Next I go in with a bit of glow because for my foundation I'm going to be using the Dior. This one. What is this called? It's the Backstage makeup. This is the old formula. They've reformulated it recently with something that's more dewy. So I add a little bit more dewiness to it by also using the e.l.f. Halo Glow liquid filter. I got this in quite a dark color because a lot of the foundations that I've got are lighter. This is a good match for me, but this is in 3W. But yeah, I use like a darker kind of a glowy formula to make it a little bit more dewy. So sometimes I'll mix both of these on a palette and then put it on, but today I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put this on my face first, blend this in, and then go in with my Dior. So using the dough for applicator to apply some to my face. Quite liberally like that. And then using one of these brushes. I don't know what these are called, and it's not any particular like famous available brand. It's just like a cheapy makeup brush that you can purchase online, Amazon or whatever, you know, just basic. I think I got it in a set. It's quite a good brush. But I do like the way that there's a bit more space in it. I don't know. So you can see that's giving me a glowy finish now. Now the reason that I like this Dior Backstage is it's a waterproof. And so I've worn this to Muay Thai training. I've gone to Muay Thai training after I've been working with a full face of makeup with this on, and you sweat through it. It's amazing. And so if you're looking for a humid foundation, Dior Backstage is it. So I'm just going to put some of this on. Just dot it around just a little bit. And the whole thing is as well, don't use too much foundation. That's where I used to go wrong and use way too much foundation on my skin. Way too much, and it makes you look older. You know, because I was watching YouTubers, I haven't been wearing makeup long. I was never one to try and attract even more attention to myself than I already got. And so it's just in the last few years that I've started wearing makeup. And so I was watching a lot of YouTubers, especially in COVID times, getting into the makeup, learning how to do it. Put it on my eyelids too, just to even out the tone. And you know what makeup YouTubers are like? They put so much product on, you know. It's like, I've learned how to do concealer properly now, because if you follow the YouTubers, they put so much concealer around their eyes and it looks dreadful. And I looked dreadful with a load of concealer on for a while. So there you go, that's the foundation blended out there. I used to use a sponge, a dampened beauty blender sponge as well, to push it in, but I don't do that now. It's extra stage. And because now I'm not using much foundation, I don't think I need that so much to blend it out so much, you know. Okay, itchy eyebrow. Next. It always makes the air purifier, the fan that I've got, that cleans up my this foundation, it makes it go off. I think it's got a bit of alcohol in it that evaporates. Okay, so I'm going to do some contouring next, but I'm going to do it with bronzer. This is the Rare Beauty in Happy Soul. I like this. And so, using it as a contour, put a little bit there, a little bit there. Jawline, do you know this trick? It's really good. It's a really good trick. It really snatches your face. Love it. To contour my lips. You can see I've got really thin lips. They're not going to look thin once I've finished. So a little bit on the upper lip, a little bit on the lower lip there. I use it to contour my nose. Which is, contouring my nose is something that it's taken me a while to get used to. I just do it with my fingers. And this is another thing too. You watch beauty YouTubers contouring the nose and they've got like perfect noses. They don't need to do it. You do it on like a more bulbous nose where it actually needs it, and it's very different. And so you see how I just kind of pulling that down so that it looks like there's a stripe down the middle. Now I'm going to put some concealer to brighten that middle strip up as well, which will give the illusion of a slimmer nose than I actually have. Can't do it with a brush. I can only do it with my fingers. Okay, so brush for my other contour. I'm going to contour up top of my forehead, but I find if I paint it on, it never blends out properly up there. So I'm just pushing this in with a brush. I pull a little bit out from my eyes as well there, just to contour that just a little bit. Try not to bring it too far forward on my cheeks. And then the under the chin contour, just taking that down a little bit. I'm going to go in with even more powder bronzer as well after this. Blending that out around the lips, can you see that it's giving a little bit of a contour effect to make my lips look bigger? It's going to be even better. If you've got thin lips too, which most people do, right? There's very few people that have got like naturally large lips. Perhaps thin lips are going to come back in fashion. So for the top forehead contouring, I just take it directly onto the brush. apply it up near my hairline there just to give a bit of contouring and bronzing up there. Okay. So next I'm going to go in with, before I do any kind of powder, contour. Getting all my liquid products out the way first. I use more liquids now. I use more of the creams and stuff like that than powders. I used to use powders and I find that makes you look old using more powders. Not particularly liking this, although I was influenced to buy this Gucci concealer. Young things on YouTube saying that this would be good for more mature skin. It's not. It goes powdery and it makes you look worse. You know how powder makes older skin looks worse? It makes it actually look worse. So I wish I hadn't been influenced for this one. But I just use a little bit. You can see I don't really have a problem with under eye dark circles or anything like that. But it's a little bit of darkness in the corner there. I use a little bit. I use it more for contouring, really. Stripe down the middle. Oh no, you see? I've never done that before. You're watching me, and then I make a mistake. Stop it, Missy. The cat's underneath the desk and she's playing with the wires. This is a trick when you're getting a little bit older and your mouth starts downturning a bit. And put some highlight like that. Put some here too. So highlighting the places that you want lifting out. A tiny bit there as well. Oops, sorry. And then I've got this Rare Beauty, whatever you call this, brush. So I was just blending that in mostly to get it in the corner there. Just to brighten that up a little bit. I've been known to poke this in the corner of my eye and then it makes my eyes stream and it wrecks my makeup. So don't do that. Take it just a little bit underneath the eye. But yeah, less is more when it comes to these kind of products. I'm going to use a little bit more after I've done my eyeshadow as well around these points. So just a tiny little bit taken underneath the eyes, not much at all, because that's really aging to me if I put a lot of concealer. So just brightening up that landing strip on my nose. A little bit up there. So as your face starts sagging, you get more of these lines, right? It hangs. And so if you use the highlighter to just bring those out a little bit, it helps. And it helps upturn the mouth too. Although it can be a little bit aging, because I don't know if you've got little lines around there too. It's from like talking and smiling, like the lines here. I've never had Botox or anything like that. I'm not going to either. I like that my face moves and I like that you can see that I've had a good life and I've smiled. Of course I want to make the best of what I've got though too. But yeah, not taking it too far. Okay, so that's the concealer. Now I'm going to go in with my Gucci bronzer. I love the packaging of this. It's gorgeous. This is in number 4. So with a great big powder brush, just like setting in place really and adding to this is slightly warmer than the Happy Soul. Setting in place those cream products. I've got a trick for you. Okay, so neck. Putting some down your neck. So I set in that under chin contour, but then watch this. So taking some bronzer onto the side of your neck here to kind of contour it in like that. It makes your neck look slimmer and more defined. Pretty cool trick, huh? So that's my Gucci bronzer. It's a bit of a treat, that one. Okay, what do I do next? Let's put some blush on now. Probably put some on later. So I've got the, what is this called? Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked in Elephant from Hourglass. This was not last year, so a year before. And I'm going to use one of these. Which one? This one. Just to put a bit of blush on. Hourglass. These palettes are great. I've pretty much used up the bronzer in here. Okay. That's a bit of blush. Coffee. Right, now I want to set what I've put on my eyelids in place before I go in with any eyeshadow. And so I'm going to use this little tester that I was given with a big fluffy eyeshadow brush. This one is just a brightening freebie shadow thing. So I get plenty on my brush and then I just pat that in to set it in place. These are the steps that those of you in humid conditions makes all the difference. So I'll be filming until about 1 o'clock. It is now currently 6:21 a.m. So what's that? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. 7 hours. I'll have this makeup on for 7 hours and I won't touch it up. It's going to last. I'll show you. I'll show you how it lasts. I'll check in 7 hours time and show you. Okay, so that's set that in place. I'm going to use the Naughty palette. This is from Huda Beauty. I've got a lot of makeup palettes. I like Natasha Denona's as well. Bieber palette. I was thinking of using the Bieber palette today. Just neutral palettes, these ones. This is the Naughty palette. I'll show you it there. It's kind of pretty and just feeling like going for a basic neutral look today. So this is the one I've got. And starting out with this brush, because I want to use the least brushes possible. I do wash the eyeshadow brushes after each use. The other complexion brushes I don't. I let it build up a little bit and then I wash them maybe every couple of weeks. Because I'm using the same products with them all the time, so I just keep on using them. Okay, so I'm starting off with, what should we do today? Perhaps this lighter colour here. With the big fluffy brush and then putting that, so I've got hooded eyes and so you can see the creases underneath that hood. I want to ignore that crease completely and can you see where kind of my brow bone is there? I want to go off that one. I want to be given the illusion that I haven't got this big hood of skin hanging there and go for this. So I lift my eyes up slightly and then place this quite high up. You know, just like pretending that my eyes are a completely different shape than they actually are. Do that on both sides. So I just want to build up a little bit of colour here. I tend to start from the edges in. So you can see I've got loose skin there as well, so it moves around. YouTubers that do makeup, they don't have any of these problems, right? They're doing the makeup and their eyelids don't move. And so, yeah. Here in the real world, where our eye skin actually moves, you've got to use slightly different techniques. You've got to use a light hand as well. I've found that holding the brushes toward the end rather than, you know, up close like that helps to have a lighter hand. But yeah, blending it all out. Don't need to be that precise. And then I'm going to go in with this one here. which is hypnotic. It was filthy, the first one. This one's hypnotic. Flossie, what's up? Just building up the colours. I like using these high quality palettes because they are actually easier to use, these eyeshadows, than cheaper palettes. With regards to fallout and blendability and all of that kind of thing, they're a bit more forgiving, you know, for those of us that don't like to be too precise. So that's just got like a little bit more colour. I'm going to go for the next up, which is rough. This one here, rough. As it's getting darker, I'm going to be just focusing more on the outside edge there. Build up that colour. Again, just using the one brush. But I will be switching to another brush soon. Just bringing that down just a little bit there as well. Okay, so this is now going to be my blending brush. Sometimes I add a little bit of the lighter colours back in. Later on I'll show you. I'll show you when I do that. So I just blended those. Again, not too precise, you know, I just want to get that general colour. General colour in them and blend it out a little bit. Okay, then my favourite brush to use is this. It's quite fluffy and smaller. This is a Rapha 14. So when I'm going with the darker colours to deepen up this area, I'm going for this shape brush. I find this the easiest to use. So which one? Let's go Naughty. Naughty is this one. Okay, so just getting a little bit on that brush. And I'm going to take that like in a triangle shape, like this. And then take it up, just kind of pressing it in there to put that product down. Yeah, so that gives the lift of the eyes. Some hooded, downturned eyes. It gives it the impression that they're actually a little bit more perky than they actually are. So doing the same thing on the other side. This is why I like this brush, because it's like a little bit more precise. Without being too precise, you know. We don't want any lines here. Just put a little bit more, deepen it up just a little bit more. So I do tend to always use this application method of, you know, darkening the colours up there and then deepening it up here, just because it does have that lifting effect. No matter what I'm using, so even if I'm not going as deep as this, there will be a slightly darker colour, even if I'm wearing lighter makeup. Here on these outer edges. I want to put a little bit on the bottom lash line as well. So I'm going to go in with rough, so I'm going a little bit lighter there. So it just balances the eyes up a little bit there. how we go in here. I might just put a little bit of that cheaper colour just on the corners there. Looks like it's a bit patchy. Fill it in. Okay, so now that's all on. I'm going to go back in with my blender with this brush and then just soften that all up just a little bit. I don't want to be blending this too much in to what I previously put on, but can you see that that's softened that up? So I use the other brush to kind of put it in the right place and blend it a little bit. This one to kind of blend it in with the rest of it. Softens it up there. Okay. Now I want a brighter, shimmery, blingy kind of colour on my eyelids. It will transfer because of my hooded eyes. That's okay. It can transfer up because the lighter colour can be on right up to there. I can pretend that my eyelid goes right up to there. Of course, it's not going to look like that. It's still going to look like I've got hooded eyes. However, which one shall I use? Let's use Tantric. This one's Tantric. So I'll put these on with my finger. It's just easier to get a nice shiny effect. So I'm keeping it low on my eyelid, but like I said, it's going to transfer up. Nothing you can do about that if you've got hooded eyes. Just got to kind of live with them and do the best you can. I've always had hooded eyes. There's a part of me that wishes that I used to do my makeup when I was younger. I wonder what it would have been like. I used to use a little bit of makeup. I didn't know what I was doing. Just going in with a little bit more of that deeper colour. Darken it up again. Here we go. Eyeliner next. This is going to be tricky with a camera in front of the mirror. Sweetie. Okay, time to pet the cat. Yes. My favourite eyeliner, liquid eyeliner, is this, what's it called? Tattoo Liner, KVD. Really good stuff. And I'm also going to use this, which is a brown Colourpop cream gel liner as well. I wouldn't get Colourpop again just because it's hard to get it here in this country. However, I do like Sephora Collection waterproof, the black that I use to go in the waterline. These Sephora Collection waterproof liners, I would get it in brown. I'd get one of those in brown once I've used this all up. Okay, so this is going to be tricky. Let's see if you can watch me do this though. This is not a precise thing. Well, I try and make them, you know, sisters, not twins. And the mirror is further away just because you're in front of it, getting in my way. You can just about see that. The right eye is easier because I'm right-handed. I'll take a little bit of a wing, not too much of a wing. Can't do too much of a wing with hooded eyes. And believe me, I have tried. Okay. On this side, this is how I apply it. Otherwise, because if I hold it like I hold it on the other side, it's going to look ridiculous. It does look ridiculous when I do that. So I hold it sideways like that. And then I've got to be super careful on this side. Because it's so much trickier. And it's hard when a cat's butting up to your feet as well. Again, just a little bit of a wing. How's that looking? I can't see because I'm not closing them. Okay, I'm just going to build up that colour just a little bit. Right. And that'll dry down and it won't go anywhere once it's dry. I'm going to tight line now. And so you see how there is a line of skin underneath. It shows through. I'm just going to take that away by putting the brown liner underneath. So yeah, I'm using browns. So I don't always use brown. Sometimes I use black with the eyeliner. It just depends what eye look I'm doing. And all of this will stay in place, even if I do a workout later. I'll keep the eye makeup on. I'll take all the rest of it off. And it will all stay in place. Yeah, tight lining, it's not such a comfortable thing. Anyway, I've filled in that line and I've poked myself in the eye. Okay. Okay, that looks good to me. More coffee, it's going cold. It is cold. Meanwhile, my hair's been drying. I put a protein treatment on it this morning, so I'll be straightening it to activate that protein treatment. But right now it's just drying with a bit of product on it. I'm mixing the Olaplex number 6, I think it is. Number 6, is that the styling product? It stops it from getting frizzy. I mix that with the oil, the Olaplex oil. Mix those two together and put them on, and that stops it from being too frizzy, fly away in the humidity as well. I intend to do some videos on hair care because again, YouTubers, they've got like these massive manes of hair, like so much hair, and it's like, that's not the real world. We don't have that much hair. Normal people don't have that much hair. We have thin hair. I've got thin baby hair, and I think it's difficult to deal with. Stop attacking my feet, Missy. It's difficult to deal with, right? We've got to deal with it differently. And so if you're interested in that, if you've got thin hair too, I'll just share what works for me, because I'm kind of managing it better than I ever did. Anyway, the protein treatment really helps. I do it once a week. But you've got to activate it with heat, and the best way to activate it with heat is with straightening irons. So I'll be using my GHDs on it. Cold coffee. Mascara. Maybelline Sky High Lash Sensational. This is in black. I don't know. Eyes are terrible. Waterproof. Very black. It's in very black. I enjoy doing makeup now. I like the ritual of it. I like the creativity of it too. I like how it transforms my face as well. Isn't it a strange thing? We see ourselves in pictures and on videos more and more. And it was really that started getting me to look after myself more, seeing myself on high definition video all the time. Because we only ever used to see ourselves in the mirror. And when you see yourself in the mirror, you're just looking directly on. You're not seeing what everyone else sees. Everyone sees you at different angles, and we don't see that in ourselves in the mirror. Then you start watching yourself on video all the time. You get to see what you really like. And you get, especially in high definition, you get to see, or especially on the iPhone. I film on my iPhone. No filters. Stop. Don't do that, sweetie. I've got a grounding mat underneath the table, and she's laying on it. and just trying to bite it too. She digs her nails into it. She likes a bit of attention in the morning, does Brenda Cat. So I'm focusing, oh no, let's leave that there for a while. I'm focusing mostly on the outer edge, building it up there. A bit on the lower lash line, and then I do my eyebrows with it. I know I could probably use something else, but this is waterproof mascara. These will stay. Oh, they don't stay through a workout when I'm wiping my face with a towel constantly and pouring sweat through the workout. Like, there'll be a little bit on at the end of the workout, but waterproof eyebrows. Need waterproof eyebrows. It's probably a little bit too dark for my complexion, but this is what I've always done. This is all the makeup that I used to wear was mascara on my eyelashes and my eyebrows. It's all the makeup that I wear when I go to training. Because when you got blonde eyelashes and eyebrows, mine are a pretty good shape. I've got bald patches or anything like that. You just can't see them because they're blonde, and I find it looks a little bit weird. I think I've got used to myself with mascara on, getting, actually seeing them. And when I can't see them, I don't mind. I mean, it's not like I wouldn't go anywhere if I didn't have mascara. No, I'm quite happy with myself. I'm confident in myself. I don't always need to be wearing makeup. I really don't care what other people think. I really don't care. And I don't feel like I need to be attractive for everyone all the time, or smile at men and pretend that they're funny or they've made me happy or whatever. I'm quite happy in being myself. Pretty confident like that. But as I said, I do like to make the best of what I got. It's nice. It's creative. And again, as I said, looking at myself on camera a lot, editing videos and all of that, it does get you seeing yourself differently, really. Even with my fitness stuff, especially with my fitness stuff, the body dysmorphia, it's weird. It's like, I think we've all got that. We can all say, I wish I was as thin as I was back then when I thought I was fat. But when you get lean, I'm pretty lean, I know. I've still got a critical eye, right? I don't feel, especially when I see myself in videos, I don't feel that small, especially doing the fitness stuff, because especially doing things like squats and anything where you got to brace. When you got to brace, you've got to push your stomach outward sideways, and it makes you look bigger. And I don't know how the girly fitness influencers with the tiny waist do it without doing that. They put the white belts, they put the belts on, that's what they do to hold it in. Otherwise you look big. You look big. And so when I watch videos of, say, me doing lunges or doing squats or something like that, I'm like, oh, I'm not slim at all. It's like a hypercritical eye, especially when you get leaner. It's a weird thing. It's a common thing. Everyone knows, like, you get this body dysmorphia. It's common among bodybuilders and stuff. It's a very strange thing, but I think now we all see ourselves, whether you're a YouTuber or not, we all see ourselves on video a lot more. We see ourselves more than we ever did, right? It's weird. It's a very weird thing. Okay. A bit of a chatty mascara application. My hair's drying nicely while I'm doing this. Excuse me. Next up, let's snatch it just a little bit at the sides with some of more concealer. I've got to be careful with this, right? Because I tend to lift up my eyes, and I don't want to do that because it won't be in the right place. Oh my God, I remember when I first got eyeliner and I was trying to do a wing, and I'd go like that and do a wing, and then I'd go like that and it'd be like ridiculous. It would be ridiculous. Like, I can't even explain what it was like. If you stretch your eyes up like that and do a big wing, and then you go like that, the wing is like down here somewhere. And it's got like gaps in it and stuff. So I'm just gonna take that up again to give an even more lifted effect and pretend that I don't have these saggy bits around my eyes. The illusion. Makeup's fantastic, isn't it? For those effects that you can make like that. See what a difference that has made. And to me it looks like quite stark, the difference there, so I do tend to just pat it out just a little bit. That one's higher, so yeah, my eyes, the sisters, they're not twins. This eyebrow's lower. You want to go out? Huh? Often she just wants attention, don't you? Hey? Okay. Lipstick. What colour shall I wear today? I want to show you my lipstick application methods to disguise these thin lips of mine. And you can see I've got lines as well, so we want to sort that out. I found Anastasia Beverly Hills, is that what she's called? Lip liners. They're my favourites. They go on really nicely and then they stay, and it stops the lipstick. It doesn't bleed into the lines, those ones. So I'm just wondering what colour to wear with all of this. I could wear the brown. Shall I wear the brown one today? Or Dusty Rose? What am I thinking? Which one's this, Flossie? I wish my eyes were better than they are. That's brown. Okay, we're wearing brown because that's the one that I've got out. And the deep taupe is the liner. Right. So we're going Anastasia Beverly Hills Deep Taupe liner. Anastasia Beverly Hills brownie something or other, I don't know. Blush brown it's called. Lipstick. Here's the trick with lip liner. Cannot use it like that. It needs to be sharpened. You'll see why. So I'm going to overline my lips to give the illusion that I have some. That I have more than I have. And it looks way better. I do need to bring you in closer. Hang on. I need to bring me in closer, not necessarily you. Now I've got some mascara on my cheek, haven't I? There we go, it dried. So far away. Okay, so I'm going to overline my lips. Slowly, slowly, little strokes. Only overlining them in the middle part of my lips and not as much on the lower line, on the lower lip. Don't talk. So little strokes, little strokes, little strokes, building it up like that. And that way there's no like big mistakes happen. You want to build plenty of it up because it's like a curb at the edge of the road, stopping the lipstick from going into those lines, and it's going to, it's like a waxy rim around your lips. So building plenty of it up. So going with the natural line toward the edge of the lips is more flattering than trying to overline all of it. So taking it a little bit higher now. Need to do that. So you can do it little by little here because I want to line, it's all outside of my lips now. So I want to build it up with pencil. Because if you don't put pencil if you've overlined your lips and you're not penciling in at least up to where your lips are, it's going to look weird. Then you've got a line and you can tell. You can tell it's overlined anyway, really, if you look. But the more pencil you put on, the better when overlining. So I've got a deep line there, so I've got to be really careful with that. Okay, so that's going to set into place to the bottom lip. I'm not overlining it much, the bottom lip now, but you can see I put bronzer underneath it, so it's given it the effect that they're actually bigger. Oops. I went down a little bit much on that side. So actually overlining my lower lip more than I wanted to. Just going with it. Smudging it up just a little bit. Okay. Can you see they look considerably bigger than they actually are now? I like it. I think it gives more balance to my face. Perhaps it's just because we're all used to seeing like much bigger lips. I wouldn't have it permanently done then. You know, I wouldn't have filler or anything like that. I don't think. And then lipstick. And then I am going to put a gloss on it too. Let me just get that out. What's up, Flossie? Why are you staring at me, you weirdo? You're learning how to do makeup too. What is this lip gloss? It's Patrick Tar. It's Patrick Tar and it's Master Volume Plumping Gloss. I don't usually do my lips at this point because I'm going to be drinking more coffee and getting ready, but because I wanted to show you, I'm doing it now. Just to give it a little bit of gloss here. There we go. Just like that, just to make it a little bit fancy. So there we have it. Now I'm going to do my hair and finish off. As I'm putting my makeup products away, I just noticed I want a little bit more blush on than I've got, so let's just go in with a little bit more blush. What's she doing? She's tearing up the brush out there. And not just blush, a little bit more blush. I'm going to put a little bit of, same brush, can't be bothered changing it, a little bit of the highlighter here as well. Just right at the top, more like a blush topper kind of thing. Got to be careful with these highlighters because they can really accentuate stuff that you got going on. A little bit on the end of the nose there as well. Sometimes I'll put a little bit up there too. Okay. Now to do the hair. So because this is activating the keratin treatment that I put in, which is the Kerastase mask, hair mask, the dark green one, the keratin, which I find is fantastic for my hair. It makes it so much stronger. When I first started using it, I'm probably on my 3rd or 4th pot now. When I first started using it, it was the first time ever that it felt like I had strong hair. I felt like I got someone else's hair. So yeah, it's definitely a once a week thing for me, that, because it really does strengthen my hair up, and I need all the strength I can get, especially with working out so much. Like with boxing, you have to tie your hair back quite severely, and I know I get so much breakage around here by doing that, but I have to. Like, it can't be in the way. It's really irritating if it's in the way. You'll see like women fighters or guys with long hair fighters, they have to have these like braided hairstyles to get it out the way, because it really does need to be out of the way when you're doing that kind of a workout. Not best for hair health, so I've got to try and look after my hair as best as I can to make up for that, because I'm not going to stop doing the things that I love for the sake of my hair. No way. The hair has just got to deal with it, and we've got to help it as best as we can, you know. These things, they should be adding to our lives so we live more, not the opposite. We don't live less so that we can look better, right? No, we don't do that. So I'm actually straightening my hair a little bit more than I usually would, because it's activating the product. Yeah, and I wish you could feel, it really annoys me. Bra straps fall down when I'm doing my hair. It's so aggravating. It's irritating. So I'm just trying to get it right from the roots through all of it to activate that product. Especially up the top as well. I find that up close to my head, I don't usually, of course, need to straighten it, but however, I do need to activate that product. So just doing it a little bit more than I usually would. Got myself some curling irons. It's the first time. I've only used them once to practice, to like try and figure out how to do it. Yeah, I haven't got the hang of it yet. When I've got curly hair, I'm putting silk overnight things. Silk, it's like, I don't know what you'd call them, rollers. Silky, cushiony roller things in my hair, and they slip out because my hair's like baby hair. It's so fine. I've hardly got any of it. They fall out overnight, but I'll tend to wake up in the middle of the night and put it back in again. It does give it a nice... There we go. It gives it a nice wave, gives it a little bit of body. But that is it, my straightened hair with my GHDs. Love these things. Now all I need to do is put some earrings on and then start work. That's me. So thank you so much for joining me. Let me know some of your makeup tips as well. Did that help you out? I hope it did. Let me know if you want me to do more videos like this too, of different makeup looks perhaps, and more on my hair as well. If you've got thin hair, let me know about that too. Very happy to do videos like this. It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun sharing what I've learned of, you know, taking care of myself more in the visual kind of a way. Because I do feel like now, for the first time ever, really, in my life, I am taking care of my appearance better than ever, better than I ever have. And I do feel like I've got my makeup game pretty good now as well, so I'm enjoying that. Well, there you have it. Thanks again. Don't forget to click like on this video, click that subscribe button if you're new. I always wear perfume too when I'm working, even though I don't even go out of the house and it's just me smelling myself, but it's just part of the whole thing, isn't it? Anyway, today I'm going to be wearing this Kylie Yum Pistachio Gelato. Love this. I'm not one for like sweet fragrances, but this one, oh, I spray it on the microphone. This one is beautiful. I love it. I love the Kayali fragrances. I've got so many of them, mostly in the little travel sizes, so that I can wear like different perfumes. But okay, that's me. I'll check in later. Okay, so checking back in, this is what my makeup looks like. It's actually about 5 hours later now, because I don't feel like creating so many videos today, so I'm giving myself a break. But yeah, my makeup has held up. I could probably do to touch up my lips a little bit. If I was keeping on going, I would. My lips is what I would touch up, but yeah, there's no powder required or anything like that. I have been in the air conditioning all the time though. I mean, there is that. That keeps my hair good too. My hair would look dreadful if I'd been outside in the humidity there. But yeah, if I went outside, this makeup would hold up. It would hold up in the humidity. So just to check in there. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what else you'd like to see on my channel. Don't forget to click that subscribe button if you're new, and I will see you tomorrow.